Now for the track guide. Guys, before starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace in this car, I just released a car specific course for the Porsche Cup where I teach you the secrets and subtleties on how you can get closer and closer to the grip limit in this car. So if you're interested into that, the link is in the video description. Now going into the track guide itself, this is quite a treacherous car track combo. So around here you want to be precise, you want to be close to the walls, and this is a perfect test for mastering car balance. So starting with turn 1, the reference for braking around here will be the 500 meter board. You want to brake at the 500 like this. You want to brake in a straight line, make sure you're doing it like this. And also make sure you're not going all the way to the right side because you will get a penalty for that. You're going onto the pit lane. So positioning the car so that you barely touch this yellow line and just put the car with the right tires a bit to the right side is gonna be key. Now in third gear around here, super important to not go high on this curb. This curb has some anti-curbs, those white ones. And if you cut them, then the balance will be all over the place. So you must be precise with how much you cut, because if you're not cutting enough, you will lose lap time. But still, you don't want to go that high. The moment that you feel this curb, that's the moment where you should go back on the throttle in third gear. You should be using a lot of steering wheel angle for this corner, so it's 90 degrees, and still be arriving at this wall. Now for the next corner, the reference for braking will be the moment that you straighten up your steering wheel. That's going to be the best reference because you do it based on feel. So right now you're steering right because you just want to navigate and open up the corner, but the moment that you straighten up the wheel like this, that's the moment where you should be applying the braking. So you can brake in a straight line. You're almost pointing the car into the right direction and going with the brakes. In second gear, this will be a low speed corner. You will get to first gear once you get closer to this grass around here on the right side, and you should keep a very tight line. Use close to 180 degrees of steering wheel angle, and the moment that you're seeing the exit, like you're seeing this road around here, and your vision should be always pointing in front, especially on this track, you should be pushing the throttle hard like this, get close to the wall, position on the left side, and now we're preparing for the next corner. For this corner, the reference for braking will be this black wall, let's say on the left side. When this ends, when this black part on the fence ends, you should turn and applying the brakes like this. In third gear, you're using the brakes mostly to rotate the car, and once again, don't go high on those white anti-curbs. Let me show you again. So you don't want to hit these around here. So you should be holding the trail brake so that the car gets more rotation, but don't trail brake too much to the point that it over rotates. So as you can see in terms of the braking input, this corner we're just using the brakes to rotate the car. It's a bit harder initially, but then trailing softer and softer, and then smashing the throttle on our way out. Make sure you get close to the wall, or at least make sure you're putting your left tire to the left part of this red line around here. So using this tarmac is gonna be key, because now for this corner, let me get back a tiny bit so you can see it properly. There's a darker line on the tarmac here on the left side of the red line. So if you notice here where my mouse pointer is, this part around here is darker. When this darker part ends on the left side near the wall, then you should be applying the brakes. So right now, applying the brakes and turning, that's gonna be your reference for braking. Once again, like the previous corner, you don't want to brake very hard. You're using the brake just to make the car rotate, but the big difference here is that you don't have those annoying white anti-curbs, so you can cut a lot in this corner. Look, we're cutting a lot because even though these curbs are a bit tall, it's not the same as those white anti-curbs, so you can get away with it like this, arriving once again near the wall, which will be a theme on this track. And now for this corner right here, past the 300 meter board, you should be applying the braking. And what's important around here is that opening up the corner is quite treacherous, because look, if you see here what you have in front of you, basically if you align with where the track opens up in the beginning, you won't be properly aligned, because you see it narrows down as you go closer. So When you're aligning the car to use all the track around here, you should be aligning with this wall in front of you near the 100, not with the wall on the right side. That's why we're leaving a bit of space here, because eventually, look, we get to use all the track, but initially we don't use all the track. So it's very important to once again look in front, not in front of the nose of the car, but further ahead, because if you just align yourself with this wall right here, then you will have to brake and turn at the same time. You want to brake in a straight line, that's the key, and you do it by aligning yourself ahead of time with the correct wall, which is going to be the one near the 100. So once again, look here at turning, we're using 100% of the track, even putting the right tires past the red white line. In second gear, getting very close to clipping this white wall. Then the moment that you're at the wall, you should be pushing the throttle hard. You should still have to modulate because you don't want rear wheel spin, and because these corners are quite tight, when you have this amount of steering angle plus the throttle, the rear wheel will slide a bit. So finding that optimal slip angle, it's mainly the consequence of you doing laps. But what I want you to take away from this is, yes, you have to be confident, but it's not like 0-100 a straight throttle application up. If you look here on the telemetry, you can see quite a bit of modulation in the middle to upper part, right? So make sure you're doing that as well. Now, positioning on the left side, once again, the 300-meter board is going to be a reference for braking. And once again, it's a very treacherous braking zone because you want to use all the track, but you're coming from the right side to the left side. You almost have to brake diagonally into the corner, look, to arrive to basically using all the track, which is key. If you use all the track here, just focus on using all the track, you will instantly improve by half a second if you're not using everything, at least half a second, okay? So in this corner, once again, in third gear, you can cut a lot. You don't have curbs here, so it's all nice and good. Now on the straight, just minimizing the steering wheel angle. You don't want to steer too much, almost imagining the perfect line. Around here, the 400-meter board will be your reference for braking. Braking in a straight line initially, notice that the track opens up, so use it. It's this kink in the wall that opens up. Use all the track, downshift to third gear, and when you're in third, you should be rotating more from the steering wheel. You don't want to so around here, there are two approaches. You either don't take this anti-curbs in the middle, so you're apexing around the red curb, or you're putting those anti-curbs in the middle of the car, so you don't take it with your tires. Obviously, it works better if you're putting them in the middle of the car, so your tires don't touch them, because you don't unsettle the car too much. And now around here, you should be quick with your hands. Before this wall ends, you'll be applying the brakes in second gear. You cut around this part, don't go more than this, the car will be unsettled. And keep your steering wheel pinned because you have another left-hander, so you can give it a blimp of throttle in between, like this, but don't keep it to 100% because the car will understeer. In first gear, we're aiming at this gap in the wall. You're almost like you're wanting to park the car here. Just put your nose a tiny bit in there in first gear and then turn 180 or more, so that you can turn the car properly. So you need first gear, you need to use all the track, you need quite a harsh brake input, and then very confident on the throttle on your way out. And that's a lap around here, a very technical track. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy it, and if you want to improve at a quicker pace, you know where you can get, like, in my opinion, one of the best courses out there. So looking forward to seeing you in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.